Hello and welcome to the SoundLab podcast, interviews unedited. On today's show we have interviews from When Rivers Meet, we also have The Funeral Portrait, Badflower REEBZ, and we throw back to Reading Festival 2018 to chat to Sam Fender. But without further ado, let's crack on with our first interview from When Rivers Meet. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you very much. Very well. Enjoying the weather.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. It's getting warmer, which is nice. And some good news is that we've been playing a new single of yours called Never Change. Tell us a bit about the single, first of all.
So the single Never Change is really about independence, and well, the whole album is, to be fair, that's coming out on the 23rd of May. And this one is about being staunchly independent and keeping it real, shall we say, and having faith in yourself and what you're able to do.
Nice. And as mentioned, that is off your new record coming out on May 23rd. Addicted to You. What can we expect to hear on the record?
Well, lots of lights and shade. It's a little slightly different direction to what we've done before. We've added, again, as what we normally do with every album, we have like our own sound on a certain album, and it sort of like evolves throughout every album. So this time there's a lot more production. We've introduced a Wurlitzer, more guitar. So there's 2 guitars on this album. So there'll be a few lead lines and things like that. So like a bigger, fuller sound, shall we say? A lot more harmonies as well.
Nice. And the sound you've made with this record, is it the sound you wanted, or is it kind of how it turned out in the studio?
No, it's exactly how we wanted it. When we were recording it, it was a case of things were going off in different directions and stuff, and we kind of reined back into the actual the vision that we had in the first place, and it's come out. We're really proud of it.
Nice. And I'm sure you wrote more than what made it onto this record. What happens to those now? Do you consider them again down the line, or do you bin them off and start again?
Well, it's funny actually, because the procedure that we have when Grace and I are writing the songs, we tend to be very, very what's the word? Cutthroat, shall we say? In the fact where so if a song that we're writing, and for some reason or another through the process one of us doesn't quite get it, or we're not enjoying it, or whatever, we cut it and then we move on to the next. So really, there's only been a couple of times where we've recorded stuff and a couple of songs haven't made the album, but we never go back to them because there's a reason why we cut them,
Yeah, fair enough. And I like to talk about the writing side of things. So for you guys, how do tracks normally start off?
It can start with either a riff or a beat or a lyric or just a melody, but there's never really a like, right, we go that way, like say a riff, start with a riff every time. It literally starts a different way with different songs and things like that. So I mean, it could be something that we thought of a while back, or something that we just come up with, and then we follow that and see where it leads us.
And tell us a bit about how you split the vocals up. How easy do you work out who does what part?
Usually I think we kind of just write and then see what happens. Normally Grace takes the lead, but this time I've got a couple on my own. Well, just say a couple on my own, but a couple where I lead. And it's kind of, it's one of those things that we never really think, oh, who's going to sing this necessarily. It's just how it happens or where it is, what suits our vocals the best.
That's fair enough. I think this is 5 records in now, a bunch of EPs and stuff as well. Yeah. How have you and how has the music evolved in that time?
I think it's evolved a lot, to be fair. I mean, from when we first did the EPs back in 2019, 2020, it was very much a case of a certain sound. And then We Fly Free was very much kind of more Americana-y blues rock. And then it's kind of Saving Grace and then Aces went more rocky, especially Aces, where we introduced fuzz guitar, which we'd never done before. So that was very fuzzy. And then this next album, like I say, is like Wurlitzer, second guitar, a few more lead lines. So yeah, I mean, and the next album we're already thinking about, and that's going to be something different again. So
nice. And I think you've expanded to a 6-piece now. Was it easy to kind of add that extra element in?
Yeah, absolutely. We recorded it in mind of it being a six-piece, even though there was only four of us in there recording with our producer, which we always record with anyway, and our drummer. He stepped in this time around. So in mind, we always thought, right, we're evolving into a six-piece for this year. So that's how the album like came about in the regard of that's what we wanted. Like I say, adding in the Wurlitzer and the second guitar. So now we're a six piece. But the beauty is with those other people involved is the fact that all the other songs they can add sparkles to as well. So the older stuff that we'll do as well, it's going to be another different sound to the older stuff that we've done. So it's going to be really exciting.
Yeah, good. And people get to hear some new songs of yours when you head out on the road and doing some touring. I bet you can't wait to be doing some shows again.
Yeah, I can't wait. I mean, the first show is on the 23rd of May at the Aura Moor in Glasgow, and that's our album launch date. So the new album, the new album comes out then. So and I've literally it is Addicted to, sorry. So I'll just show you something. So we got the vinyl in.
Lovely.
So we got
Looking
different
good.
variants. So yeah, can't wait. It's going to be great.
Yeah, absolutely. And festivals are coming up as well. You've got a few booked in. You hoping to add any more?
Well, you never know. I mean, we're hoping to. Yeah. There's definitely some other dates that might be coming along because we've got the autumn tour as well. So there's quite a few dates in there, and I do have a strong intuition there might be one or two more dates coming up.
Lovely. I bet people can't wait to see what those are. But they are mainly UK. They are UK based at the moment. Are you hoping to go overseas as well?
Yeah, we're playing in Norway at the festival over there. There were talks about us going back to America this year, but that unfortunately couldn't happen. But hopefully, cross fingers next year. But yeah, definitely we'll be branching out next year more into Europe. And we're hoping to add Ireland in there as well. We're in talks with Ireland, so Northern Ireland and Southern Ireland. So cross fingers, this will all come to fruition.
And I hope you enjoyed the interview there with When Rivers Meet to talk about their new music and more. Now, we are all over social media, so come and find us at The Sound Lab, yes, on all the socials. You can also check out the website, thesoundlabuk.co.uk. Now, while you go and find us on all the socials at The Sound Lab, yes, give us a follow, love and likes. While you do that, we're going to play you the next interview from the Funeral Portrait, who are releasing a deluxe version of their latest record very soon. So, the Funeral Portrait, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good, yeah, not too bad. So we've been playing a new single of yours called Skinny Lies. Tell us a bit about the single, first of all.
Yeah, so it's been cool because it's a song that we wrote really like just like in January, and it's cool that it's out so fast, and it's to celebrate the deluxe edition that's coming out on June 13th, of our record, and it's one of those things, we wrote it about these like little lies and how they eventually build up, and then they disappear, and as they disappear, they blow up, and it becomes this huge deal than it should have been.
Yeah, makes sense. And what's the reason behind releasing a deluxe version of your latest record?
We wanted something that was a little different, because this record took about 5 years to do. So the idea of adding more to it was something that we really wanted to do. We wanted to add more songs that couldn't make it because it was too long or because of this or that. There were so many different reasons of why. And I think for us, we just wanted to add more, instead of doing like an EP or something like that, it's like, why not just add more to a deluxe edition? We've got an alternative version. We've got these different like demos. We try to do a little bit of everything.
Yeah. How many extra tracks did you add, and what ones are they?
So we added two brand new songs. We have a song called Evergreen and we have a song called Skinny Lies. Those two are the two brand new ones. We have a new feature for Holy Water. We have a new feature for Hertzford 2, and then we've added a live version of Suffocate City. We added like this like different version of Stay Weird. I think it's been one of those things that it's like it was one of those things that we just wanted something a little different. Like we added Lost Boy, which is literally was a lost song from the deluxe edition. So
yeah, nice. And what's it like? And what was it like putting demos, live versions, different versions of tracks that have already been out there and played? What's it like creating a different version of those?
Oh, it's been great. You know, I think for us, we wanted Stay Weird to kind of have this vibe of something a little different. You know, I think for me, I don't know, we wanted something that just kind of fit what the Funeral Portrait is, and it's a little bit more theatrical, you know. And then we have this live version of Suffocate City that you know, that was recorded back in our hometown of Atlanta when we filmed this live DVD, and we were kind of giving everyone a little taste before it fully comes out.
Nice. Sounds good to me. We last had a little chat to talk about Greetings from Suffocate City last year. How's it gone down with the fans?
Oh, it's been crazy. You know, it's done so much for our band. Sorry. It's a loud car driving by. I'm trying to get to a quieter place, so unfortunately
I can't hear it, which is good.
Oh, that's really good. That's really good. So, yeah, you know, for us, it's been crazy because what it's done is taken us nonstop, you know, of being on the road and doing this, and you know, trying to juggle it all and trying to move it has been insane, you know. So it's cool though. It's been cool.
Yeah, I can well imagine. And you've had a chance to play these tracks live. You've been on tour for a couple of weeks now. How have the shows been?
They've been great. I mean, it's cool to go now play our songs instead of people just knowing one song. You know, they know the whole 30-minute set. You know, they know everything and how it goes and how it moves. You know, and I think for me, it's just a rewarding feeling just to being able to do this for what is now a living. You know, and get to do what we love to do.
Yeah, I can well imagine. You've got loads of touring coming up this year. Supports, headlines, festivals. How are the sets of yours created, and how do they differ between those kind of different
you know,
events?
the headliners are long, right? So like they're like an hour and some change. The you know, these festivals are short. Some are 25 minutes, some are 30 minutes, you know. Like when we go play Download, I think we get like 30 minutes, you know, and that's even hard to think of what songs we're going to play and all that stuff, you know. And then when it comes to like the support, we got 30 minutes too, but I kind of want the support to be like a little different because I like to make sure it's like arranged to fit the right way. You know, and so it's just it's been cool to just being able to like figure it all out and test songs too, because like I think in the summer we're gonna try and do like Skinny Lies, you know, and stuff like that. And it's cool to be able to do a little bit of everything.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And the supports you've got this year, you're supporting the Rasmus and Ice Nine Kills. They're fairly different bands when it comes to their sound. Do you cater your sets to their audience, or is it going to be the same?
I think it will be basically the same because, like, I don't know, we are who we are, right? Like for me, we're the Funeral Portrait. So why do I need to change who we are? Maybe one or two songs might be different, but I don't think much will change.
Yeah, good to know. And these touring across the US, Europe, here in the UK as well is going to take you towards the end of this year. Are you hoping to get any more shows squeezed in, or is that going to be it, do you think?
I think we have like one more tour to announce here in the States, but you know, we're doing the Rasmus, which is like all of November, December, or half of December, you know, which takes us all over Europe, you know, and then we've got Download. I mean, I think we're maxed out. I think we're really like maxed out. So maybe next year there'll be some more like worldwide touring. I think we're going to take a little bit of a break in the States, maybe do one tour next year, but not many. You know, focus a little bit more growing in Europe and, you know, the UK and Australia and stuff like that.
Yeah, I was going to say, is there anywhere else you want to get to?
Yeah, I think Australia is a big one for us. That's the listener rate, you know, on like Spotify and all that. You can kind of see all that stuff, you know, the metrics, the numbers, you know, on that. Like I can see I mean, we get so many demands every single time that we post something, or like South America, stuff like that. So I hope that we can make that happen next year.
And I hope you enjoyed the interview there with the Funeral Portrait. Now, hopefully you are listening to us on Spotify, and if you are, we also have a Spotify playlist to bring you 150 brand new up-and-coming artists that we think you might just enjoy yourselves. You might find your new favourite artist on there. You never know. Go and find us on our fresh playlist, link on our website, thesoundlabuk.co.uk. Now, while you go and follow that playlist, we're going to play you our next interview from Badflower. So, guys, Josh, Badflower, how are you?
I'm good. Badflower. That's what it's called now. I like that. That's nice.
Yeah, we'll keep that in, shall we?
Yes.
That we've been playing a new single of yours called Pause. Tell us a bit about the single, first of all.
Well, it's pretty self-explanatory. It's about losing a pet and how that's, I think, worse than losing a person in a lot of cases. At least for me, because I'm an animal guy. I'm not a people person. Yeah, no, I had the thought. I've had my dog since I was still living at my parents' house for so long, and I had this realization that this animal has been my best friend through every life change of my entire life, and I never really had the thought or like I never really prepared myself that one day this was going to happen. And it hit me while I was writing that song, and she was right next to me, and I know she's getting quite old. Yeah, it hit me like a ton of bricks, and so that's what the song is.
Yeah, fair enough. And it's off your new record, No Place Like Home, which is coming out 20th of June. What can we expect to hear on the record?
Songs. Definitely going to be some songs on it.
Good. I'm glad. It's a start, which is good. How is it sounding?
I think it sounds exactly like what Badflower does, just in the new headspace, because there's always a new headspace every time you go in to make more music, and we evolve as people, and the world changes, and the world is changing really fast and in really obscure ways that nobody could have predicted. And I think it's cool. I'm not a big fan of albums, to be honest with you. I'm way more of a singles guy. A lot of the time, like, I'll put it on an album, like, I don't like most of these. I just want to hear the songs that I like, you know? But I actually think it's like something about the format of an album is actually kind of cool when the world is changing this fast, because you have these little timestamps in like creative people's lives. And there's so much people are writing about this stuff, like in their own sort of artistic ways, about, you know, politically stuff that's happening, whatever, socially. And it's cool to have all of these little pieces that are just little time capsules.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is record 3. You've got a couple of EPs out there as well. How does this record sound in comparison to those?
Good. Better. So much better.
Good. Yeah. I think it needs to be, doesn't it? Otherwise you'd be going backwards.
Yeah. Well, we all go backwards eventually, don't we?
Well, let's hope not. Let's hope not for yourselves for a while. Anyway, is there any tracks that didn't make this record, and what would happen to those now? Do you consider them again down the line, or do you think you will bin them off and start again?
Trash. They're at the dump. They're probably in the ocean.
How come? Is it because you'll be in a new headspace next time round, or is it just because they just didn't work?
Yeah, I'll be in a new headspace for sure. And anything that didn't make the cut, I don't know. I say all this, but I'm probably wrong. Like there might be like a cannibalized version of lots of different things. But I think there was nothing was ever completed, like actually completed, that didn't make the album.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't like we had 15, 16 songs that were mixed and mastered and all like completely ready, and we went, you know what, we're gonna leave these ones off. We don't do that. Like they're finished when they're finished, and then that's the album.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'd like to talk about the writing side of things as well. So for you and you guys, how do tracks normally start off?
Me in this room usually, or on a bus, or wherever they put me. Just noodling, making noise. Yeah. Thinking a lot.
Is it lyrics first? Is it melody? Is it kind of a riff? What kind of sparks the tracks normally?
It's always different. Yeah, it's always different. There's usually the thing that I look for, because like it's weird. Melodies just kind of pop in and out pretty easy, especially if you're holding an instrument that you've played forever. Like it's just so easy to just start hitting some chords and hitting some notes and then humming along with something. But there usually, for me, needs to be one lyric that shows itself without trying to find it. So, you're humming along and you're just saying gibberish, like what just trying to make English words come out of just this feeling. And then I wait for that moment where the English words come out and it's like a sentence. And it could be the simplest thing, it could be, it could be nothing. But if it's usually not nothing. It's usually like that's the thing. That feels like the foundation of what this thing is, because that's the thing that showed itself without having to force it. And then you just start forcing the rest of it.
Yeah, absolutely. And you get the chance to play these new tracks live when you head out on tour. You're starting in a few days' time, in fact. I bet you can't wait to be on the road again.
Yeah, I have not packed.
Are you ready at all in any way?
No, but I never am. I don't know where we're going. I don't look at the schedule. I just I trust the people around me to tell me when to get on a plane or when to get on the bus. And I actually am happier for that, because I would stress out. I actually did. I a couple of days ago, somebody was asking me like, "Oh, when are you going to be in this city?" I'm like, "I'm pretty sure I'm coming to that city." And I went to our website and I just started scrolling through all the dates, and I started like sweating. I was like, "Oh, fuck, that's a lot of dates. That's a lot of dates." Yeah, that'll be good. No, I think it'll be a good change. I've been pretty cooped up, so it'll be good. It'll be good to be in front of people again, I think.
And how's the set list coming along, and how's the mix between kind of the tracks that have been out for a while compared to the new tracks?
Well, I think right now, since the album's not out, it's still going to be a lot of the old tracks. I think we'll play some of the singles for sure.
Mm-hmm.
It also depends on the show. Like we're going out and doing some support shows and then some headline shows. At the headline shows, we might get a little creative and try some stuff that isn't out yet. Possibly, I don't know.
Wait and
see.
But
we also haven't talked about the set list either, so I don't
know. See how you feel on the night.
Yeah, or no, I think we're doing a rehearsal, which is rare for us. we're gonna do a rehearsal, and I think we'll decide then.
Yeah, sounds good to me. And I think you've got kind of North America, Europe, here in the UK as well. Is there anywhere else you're hoping to get to that is not on your list at the moment?
Japan. I don't know why. I want to play Japan. I just want to go to Japan. And I don't like to if I ever want to go to a place, I don't want to go there on vacation. I want to go there and hopefully be paid to be there. So I'm like, it's really important that we like corner the Japanese market. We really need to get in there.
You can take it off business expenses as well then.
Exactly.
And I hope you enjoyed the interview there with Badflower. Now, we also have these interviews on today's show, alongside a load of music, a live session, and much, much more on our 2-hour international radio show. Yes, you can go and find us on our international radio show, The Sound Lab. Link on our website, thesoundlabuk.co.uk, and just click on International Radio Show to go and find our previous shows. Now we're going to play you our final new interview, and it comes from REEBZ, who we had a chat with to talk about new music and more. So, REEBZ, how are you?
Hey, I am great, thank you. How are you?
Good, yeah, not too bad. So we've been playing a single of yours called Cardinal Sin. Tell us a bit about the single.
Thank you so much. Oh, thank you. First of all, I want to say I'm so grateful that you like it enough to play it. That's awesome. And the single dropped on the 18th of April. I had to think for a minute there, because my life's been so chaotic with this recent tour. I'm kind of like, oh my God, I don't even know what day it is half the time, because I'm like keep having to switch shifts and stuff at work as well. But yeah, it dropped on the 18th of April. And I'm just really, really stoked with the reaction to it so far, because it is quite different to the sort of things that I've been bringing out prior to that. Although I kind of feel like, to a degree, or at least I hope, that I guess like my audience embraces the fact or expects stuff to be different, because it's kind of like, I guess my USP is I'm a little bit ADHD with music. I do like such a wide range of things. But nonetheless, I think there's something for me where I'm always still, to a degree, like a bit nervous when I'm about to release something solo, because I do so many collaborations. And I think I've said numerous times before as well, like that when I do collaborations, I get a lot of confidence from the other artists or artists in question, you know. So and I've kind of got into the groove of that, and then when it's time to drop something solo, I'm like, oh my god, I'm on my own with this. So I was nervous, and I'm just so happy with how it's been received. And yeah, it's just given me a lot of confidence for what I've got planned going forwards as well. So good. Yeah, all in all, it's great.
Yeah, good. And talking of those collaborations, I looked at my kind of music, kind of what's it called, where you store your music. I typed your name in, and I've played music of yours that have come alongside Toronto is Broken and Coping Method as well. I've played those tracks of yours. What's it like working with others in comparison to working for yourself?
Oh, that's awesome. Again, thank you so much. And I'll always say that, because it's like, anytime I do any collaborations, like I put 1,000% of myself into those collaborations. So there's always a very personal element of it there for me as well. So, you know, whenever I hear something like that, you know, someone enjoys the tracks enough that they want to play them and listen to them, you know, it means a lot. And in terms of working with people, I absolutely love collaborating and working with people. I'm pretty lucky, because well, going back to I think we just come out of the sort of lockdown, or we had like a second lockdown. And it was around that time where I was like, you know, you're kind of in between jobs, or like your career is not very certain, especially I was working in hospitality. So I was a bit like, oh, I don't yeah. you feel the struggle that we kind of faced, especially at that point. And I just sort of thought to myself, you know what, in this kind of moment of like space where I'm not doing anything, let's just try and pursue what I've always wanted to do, which is music. So I ended up getting a like digital audio workstation. So I got a FL Studio, and I just started teaching myself like the basics of recording vocals, and then the basics of like production and you know, composition and that kind of stuff. And I think that's really kind of held me in good stead for working with people remotely, which gives me a great amount of flexibility. So I really enjoy being able to work with people, you know, and artists whose music I'm really passionate about as well. As you can imagine, you know, I really am with Toronto is Broken and Coping Method. It's all like right up my street, you know, and I can really put like 1,000% authenticity into it. And yeah, I just love it. I absolutely love it, and I'm so happy that like I say, you love it as well.
Yeah, good. And I'm aware that there's more music coming, because you've got a solo record on the way. What can we expect to hear?
Yes. So with when people are like, what can we expect here? I'm like, well, there's a wide range of things going on here. So it's kind of predominantly orientated around like the metal aspect of things. I think with the collaborations that I do, I tend to focus more on the drum and bass metal crossover aspect of things, whereas with my own stuff, it's kind of more predominantly metal, and then has kind of influences of drum and bass or just general electronic that's kind of like sprinkled in. So there's a lot of that to expect. And in terms of the tones of tracks, we've got some really angry ones, and then we've also got some really like not angry ones. It's kind of the only way I can describe it. There's a wide range of vibes there. So it'll be interesting to see, you know, what people like and stuff like that. I'm really, really excited about it, and like, of course, I couldn't have done it without you know, my good friends Christian, Toronto is Broken, who's been helping me behind the scenes with like production and stuff. Yeah, so it's all, like I say, there's a wide range of things going on in this album, and I'm really excited for everyone to hear it.
Yeah, because the bio I've got of you literally lists off metal, industrial. I'm reading them out. Metal, industrial, electronic, drum and bass, dubstep, trap, and rap are all kind of influences of yours. How did you kind of merge all those different genres into your sound? Was it kind of straightforward, or was it a bit of a challenge?
I mean, it was kind of straightforward in that I have tried to keep the writing process as natural as possible. So it's like when we're writing a track, I kind of like to think about what elements that track actually calls for, rather than think, oh no, I need to cram like all of this into one track. I feel like if that doesn't work in context, then it's never gonna come across fully authentically, like to the audience. So, you know, I mean, for example, I've got some stuff and it's like, it's just straight up like kind of chilled, like I don't know, I guess like chill, kind of almost like sort of Deftonesy type stuff. And there's not like a huge amount of electronic elements in there. I do also have like a consistent thing with my bass. Like I absolutely love a big bass, like a big sub bass underneath stuff. Which me and Kristen joke about a lot. He's always like, "Oh, it's the REEBZ bass again." Whenever I like want to come up with additional elements, like for the instrumental sound design and stuff, it's like you want to add the REEBZ bass again. I'm like, yeah, bro. But yeah, so for me, it's kind of like really honing into what the track calls for, as opposed to trying to kind of smash everything together. So I guess in a way, it's kind of a natural process. I wouldn't say it's like challenging as such. I think it would be more challenging if I thought like, right, I have to get all of this into one track. So yeah, it's been a pretty straightforward process, actually.
Good.
Surprisingly.
Good. And is there anything you've not tried yet that you want to see if works for you and your music?
Oh, that is a really good question. I think to be fair, like, because I do such a wide range of things. I think there isn't necessarily anything that I haven't tried, but there's definitely elements that I've tried that I really want to run more with going forwards. Like there's stuff that you try and you're like, oh my God, like this is my thing. Like this is for me. I really, really gel with this.
Yeah.
So there are absolutely things I think going forwards, even after this album, that have kind of become apparent to me that I really want to do going forwards. And I think definitely having I think Cardinal Sin's actually a great example of that, which is like the aggressive, high energy, overall kind of vibe of the track. And then, you know, having these little like melodic moments that sort of sprinkled in here and there, which, you know, I love doing. But yeah, in general, that kind of more like energetic, like new metal, you know, bordering on like hardcore sound, I really love. So definitely that's something I've got my eye on for what potentially I want to do going forwards. But then it's difficult. It's not, say, like, you know, some of the more chilled stuff that I do, like I absolutely like I love doing as well. So it's a bit of a hard question for me, to be honest. I'm so indecisive. I'm like, oh well, I love this, but also I love this, you know. But yeah, I mean, I think I've tried quite a wide range of sounds.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's some, such as the high energy kind of more aggressively paced stuff that really does like stick with me, you know.
Yeah, that makes sense. And you mentioned to me that you've been on the road. How were the shows? How did they go?
Oh my God, dude, I'm like, to a degree, I'm actually like really emotionally, like, I'm just sad that it's over now. You know, it's because it has been like such a cool journey. It's also been the first tour that like I've ever done. So I've done some like live appearances here and there before this, but never had I done like, do you know what I mean, like kind of like back-to-back dates of like a full set. And it's just been awesome. Like, and obviously everyone who's on the lineup, who's supporting. You kind of all create this like family dynamic, and it's really, really cool. And yeah, it's been amazing fun. And in many ways, I kind of feel it was too short. So I wish we could have gone on sort of longer. But having said that, in the near future, there's always going to be more opportunities for Tour 2.0, that kind of thing. So I'm well excited for that. And in the meantime, I love the fact that hopefully there's going to be opportunities coming up for being able to do again like kind of more appearances at shows, doing certain walk-on performances. And of course, I don't want to forget the fact that we do have Skull Valley coming up in Paris at the end of June, which both me and Christian are absolutely like we're mind blown about. Like we're both like so hyped for this. It's going to be amazing. And the lineup is absolutely insane there. And I've also never been to Paris, so it's great. I'm getting to see the world, man. So yeah, it's been an amazing process, and I just wish that we could keep going with it.
Is there discussions going on, or is it kind of a little bit quiet at the moment? Kind of wait until the album's out, sort of thing.
Yeah, I think at the moment it's just kind of like, okay, we've done that. Let's focus on what we've got left to do, exactly like album wise. I know that Christian's working on other stuff as well. I'm always tinkering away on other things as well. Like I can't ever like not be busy. So I know that we're kind of doing other stuff at the moment, but absolutely it's going to be something that we come back to very shortly, and start working out the logistics of, because I absolutely love to do it again. I feel it's kind of like when you end up doing something like that, you really realize like this is actually really for me, or you realize this is not for me, kind of thing. And in my case, I was like, oh my God, this is like, I just love this. This is what I want to do. Like, I wish I could just do this full time. Like, this is so cool. So yeah, definitely there's going to be much more planned for the near future.
Good. And is there any more collabs on the way?
Yes. Yep. Definitely. There's always, I've always got something up my sleeve. I'm really, really excited about some things that are upcoming. And I don't know how much I can say about it right now. So it's that awkward situation where it's like, I'm so excited about it. Like, I really want to say, but also I don't want to get told off. I don't want to go against the rules. But yeah, I've got some really, really fun things in the works that are going to be revealed very shortly. And I can't wait. And I really hope that everyone enjoys it. Because I mean, yeah, with collabs as well, like, I work so hard on them. And as I've said, I put everything of myself like into them. And it's kind of just having that team effort and seeing how it all comes together. And then when you finally create like a track that you're so proud of, I mean, I just can't wait for people to hear what's coming up. So apologies for being elusive about it, but the answer is definitely yes.
Well, you've done well trying to stay on the right track with that, but I had to do my job and asked him.
That's all good. That's all good. I like it. It's kind of like, because I can't give a direct specific answer as to like who with and all this kind of stuff. It's cool. The intrigue is there,
Yeah, absolutely. And before we go, just behind you, it looks like what I know is absolutely not an electric razor on charge. I think it's kind of coming out the back of your chair.
Well,
literally right behind you. Literally,
that's hilarious, dude. You know what? I'm never ever going to look at this the same ever. Okay, right. This is my new pride and joy. Right. I bought this. Wait, hang on. Wait, let me. Okay, so I bought this off Amazon. It was like a Prime, like one of those like Prime Day deals or whatever. Yeah. And it's like a gimbal.
Oh,
so you touch your phone. Yeah, it's a gimbal and it's sick. And it does have like little feet that you can mount onto it, but it's not very tall. And then I was like, oh my God, I've got this tripod.
Yeah.
Because I'm doing more stuff for YouTube and that now. I'm trying to kind of really hone in on getting more like YouTube friendly content and doing kind of like, like live one take type things. I was like, I really want to like make it interesting and also make it like look cool, like look kind of TikTok friendly and that. And I found this on Amazon and it's so sick because it's like if you have the app, it does like facial tracking and stuff. So if you like move around, it like moves around with you. But then the only problem is I was like, it's not tall enough. Like if I've got to stand in the corner like with this mic, what can I do? And I realized that I could actually, it's got a little bit on the bottom and I can actually screw it onto my old tripod. Nice. So yeah, I've just got this the electric razor.
It's quite funny. Brilliant. Yeah, if we watch this video back, it looks like just from the angle, it looks like an electric razor coming out just behind you.
That's brilliant. I should have rolled with that. I should be like, yes,
yeah, it is.
It's just my prized electric razor that's just there on charge, man. Like, what can I say? To be fair, that is definitely the least random thing in this household. So that's all good. Like, honestly, I'm surprised that I've got like loads of birds and stuff.
Okay.
And I have to like anytime if I do like an interview or whatever, I've got to make sure like all the doors in the house are shut because at any moment there could just be like a parrot that comes in. And then the parrot talks as well, so he'd just be yammering on in the background. So it would just be chaos. So
next time we do this, I want the parrot in the background.
You want? Yeah, okay, fine. Yeah, next time Cherd needs to be here. To be fair, he's becoming a legend in his own right because he hears me practice it. He's an African grey for like anyone that has parrots, and I'm sure anyone that knows African greys will know that they are more human than parrot. And he hears me like practicing and like rehearsing, and he absolutely, I'm not even exaggerating, he does a better screams than I do now. Like he literally mimics it down to a T. I'm like, dude, your vocal fry is just on point, man. Like, teach me, parrot.
I think he needs to be featured on one of your next tracks.
You know what? You're not the only one that said this. I've also thought this, and it's going to happen. But that's all I can say. It's going to happen. Definitely.
And I hope you enjoyed the interview there with REEBZ. Now, this is the part of the show where we like to throw back in time, and we're doing just that, back to Reading Festival 2018, where we had a chat with Sam Fender. That's right, we went back to Reading to talk to him. So, Sam Fender from Reading Festival 2018, how are you?
Hello, mate. I'm soaking.
Good.
It's all good. How are you?
Yeah, really good. It's a bit wet.
I'm drenched. I look like a drowned rat.
Reading and Leeds, how's your weekend been so far?
Amazing, man. Leeds was ridiculous. It was crackers, like, because it's, I don't know, it's one of them festivals, and I went there when I was a kid, so it's quite, like, sentimental, and I've never been to Reading before, so exciting. Here we are.
So, yeah, definitely. So, you finish here?
Yeah.
What's the plan next?
I've got a couple more festivals in Europe.
Yep.
And then straight on to recording the album. And then do my UK tour.
Yep.
Which is going well. It's selling well, which is nice to hear.
Yeah.
And then release more songs. I think, that's probably standard.
Debut EP.
Yeah, that's coming. Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Sorry, I've completely missed that bit. Sorry, the most important bit. Yeah.
Tell us about it.
Yeah, we've finished recording it. Just getting it mixed and mastered. It's so I'm really excited about it. It's full of it's I'd say it's probably it's a more of an internal one. It's kind of the song. The songs are about. Most of the songs anyway, actually no, all of them are about either stories surrounding my own life or like, and they're a bit more kind of, I'd say they're a bit more like, it's more of a personal thing, which is great, which is quite exciting because everything else I've kind of been looking outwards. I think this one's kind of a little bit more looking inwards. It's still got commentary about other people, and most of the songs are about other people, but it's probably closer to home, this one. So I'm excited, man. I'm really excited.
And when's that out?
I don't know.
Don't know if you knew or what. So
I never know. We haven't decided yet, I don't think.
This year?
Yeah, this year. Definitely this year.
Before the tour?
This is the big question.
I mean, it should be, shouldn't it?
Yeah, we'll see.
So then you are off on tour. Looking forward to that?
Yeah, I'm desperate to get away and do some a run of shows.
Yeah.
Because these festivals are dangerous, man. You're not like, you just stop out, you go and have what, you do one show and then you get like, you can get smashed. And I don't drink on tour at all. But festivals, it's different.
You got it.
Dangerous. It's dangerous. So yeah. I'm glad that we're going to get back on the road.
Yeah. And then a couple of dates with Blossoms.
Yeah. You know more than me.
I know.
I don't know anything.
I've done my research.
Oh, well.
I mean, all I did was type your name in on Google.
Oh, this is what's
and see what comes up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I'll ask about that and that.
Yeah. That's very, very kind of Blossoms to take one. So it should be fun.
Yeah.
Just all really positive stuff, and I'm really excited and overwhelmed, and as you would expect, I suppose.
Cool. So working towards your album.
Yeah.
How's it looking at the moment?
It's really tough because I've got too many songs, and which is a great place to be, but it's not fun to be as an artist because I've got to kind of decide what songs I'm going to make it, and then they're probably not going to make the second album, which inevitably means they're probably going to be left behind. And I don't like the idea of leaving stuff behind because I've already left a lot of stuff behind.
On the album. All of them.
I can't.
You can.
You can't.
Double disc and everything.
I can't. First album, I'm not having a double album. I always get like weirded out when I see albums with too many tracks on.
Yeah.
I'm like, nah.
Do a back-to-back release within the space of like 2 weeks.
That would be pretty impressive, but no. I think I'm just going to go for the good old debut album. With not too many tracks on. I don't want to I find it intimidating when you open up an album and there's like 20 tracks or 17 tracks on. Most like rap albums are like that. Apart from Pimp Butterfly, Kendrick Lamar, I take all of them tracks. But most rap albums, I'm like, where do you start? Bob Dylan's like that as well. You're like, where do you start?
It's when you've released a number of albums, that's when you just chucking them out left, right and centre, can't you?
Hopefully, yeah. Mad.
We might get there. I'm sure we'll get there.
Maybe.
Just keep pushing.
Work hard.
Yeah, definitely. So, hopefully, into the next new year, are we looking at doing even more touring? Are we looking at branching out further?
I think we're going to go to some places we haven't been before, which is nice.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that we get to see more of the States because we've only done South by. We've done plenty of Europe, but I want to do more Europe. Yeah. And I think it would be nice to go over to Oz as well. See some more parts of the world.
Yeah.
I think that's the next step.
Yeah.
I hope.
America
and Oz.
And beyond.
America and beyond. The States and beyond.
And I hope you enjoyed the interview there with Sam Fender from Reading Festival 2018. And that's the end of the show for another week, I am afraid. But don't you worry, we will be back next week with a brand new episode of our podcast. But if you can't wait until then, social media at The Sound Lab, yes, on all the socials. And you can also check out the website, thesoundlabuk.co.uk. And make sure you check us out on Spotify on our playlist too. And we will be back same time next week with another episode of Interviews Unedited. Goodbye.